What's up guys, Corvus95 here and welcome to episode 2 of my inverse league experiment on Football Manager 2016. So in the last episode we holidayed all the way up to the 2019-2020 season, and in that season Chelsea and I believe Manchester City, got promoted to the Premier League. So before I go to the Premier League, leave down in the comments, don't cheat, just leave in the comments, have either Chelsea or whoever they got promoted with won the Premier League? Or have one of the minnows from the National League North and National League South managed to hold them off? I'll give you a couple of seconds. And I'm going to the Premier League now. It was Man United, not Man City. So Chelsea smashed the league, 103 points, only lost one game, and it was just Stockport County who came fourth. As you can see, it was a lot closer than you might think. I mean, Man United came second with 90 points, which is ridiculous, but it was closer than you might think it would have been. You can see 2 of their 4 losses were against Chelsea. Chelsea only conceding 15 goals. I'm guessing they still have Jose Mourinho in charge. Yeah, still have Jose Mourinho. Both of their captain and vice captain are both defenders. So let's have a look at their squad at the minute. So they've got Tim Krul in goal. Courtois is still there though. They got this guy, he's a French regen, Katsuma Owen O'Connell, signed from Celtic. He's at Oldham at the start of the game. What's his... Oh, he's pretty decent. He's an average Premier League player. Worth 16 million. So he must have been playing well. Mark Muniesa from Stoke. Nice. David Anderson, he's a regen. Christensen, he's in the youth academy. Well, he's like, yeah. He's like 19 game start, something like that. Maitland Niles from Arsenal. He's been on a journey, him. So he started at Arsenal, he went to Brentford. Well, no, first he went to Ipswich, then he went to Brentford, then he went to Fulham. Then they sold him to Burnley, who then sold him to Margate, who then sold him to Eastbourne, who then sold him to Chelsea. And he's been playing pretty badly. Last season was his first season to average over a 7. And for a £20 million price tag, you expect better than that. They've got Hazard, Oscar, Cuadrado still there. He's planned transfer. He's joining Flemish in Brazil. For luck, yeah. So he's moving to Brazil, probably to end his career there. We've got Baba Rahman, Ward Prowse has joined, Yuri Tielemans. What's his rating currently? 163. Yet he's worth £30 million now. When I was on here I saw 8 million, I thought it was for Tielemans. No, that's for Sacco, who they signed from Liverpool. They've signed Sterling from Man City. Stamp from Denmark. Regen obviously, and they're all regens. Let's have a look at the stuff, see if Terry stayed on and became a staff member. I don't see him anywhere. Because sometimes John Terry will stay on and become a staff member. Let's see their best 11 that they use to get through the league. So they've got Costa, Oscar, Hazard, Cuadrado, Fabregas, Tielemans, Asby, Zuma, Matic. Matic playing at centre back. He can play there, kind of. They've played him a lot at centre back apparently. Todd Kane. Is he from Tottenham? No, he's from Nottingham Forest at the game start, or NEC. One of the two. Let's have a look. Game starts here. Oh, he's from Chelsea, but he went on loan a lot. He's played 62 games at right back for them. And then Courtois in goal. Got Begovic, Christensen, Rahman, Kennedy, Lokremi, Mark Muniz and Stamp. Pretty decent. Let's have a look at their transfer history. They spent 38 million on Sterling from Stockport. Spent 42 million last season. Getting rid of some players. Nathan going out. Retiring, I'm guessing, since he's not in the game anymore. Charlie Musanda, Cesc Fabregas has left. He's gone to someone in... Is that... What league is this? This is the Saudi League. Ramirez left. He's leaving in real life, I believe, to go to China. Pedro left. Begovic left. They just didn't renew anyone's contract, basically. They brought in Tielemans for 10 million in the year 2019. And they brought in Tielemans for 10 million. Great bit of business, that. Brought in this guy from, the right back from Nanterre. Is that how you pronounce it? Right, anyway. So we're not spending the entire time on Chelsea. Man United did well last season as well. We've got Eric Dyer, everyone else very similar. Lukaku, Casilla, Bertrand, Bentaleb, Walcott, Redmond, McCarty, Lloyd, Raphael the goalkeeper, Lucas Anderson. Everyone else is regen. Right, now we'll go have a look at the Championship. So last season, Liverpool won, Tottenham got second. Liverpool stormed the league, 129 points. Only lost one game, and it was to Dartford, who got the playoff spot, got promoted through that. Hemel Hempstead, Telford and Accrington Stanley got relegated. Didn't Accrington Stanley get promoted from League 1? No, yeah. So they couldn't manage to keep up with Liverpool and Tottenham. This season, Luton actually won League 1 ahead of Arsenal. Who ended up with Arsenal? Man City finished down in 10th. So they've hit a stumbling block there. Bradford Park Avenue got promoted. Are they one of the original Conference North? They are. And they're getting promoted back up. So it's showing they've improved massively as a team. Let's just check Man City. Are they stable finances, or they're still rich? Got Gary Monk in charge. De Bruyne's still there. Alberto Moreno is vice captain. I'm guessing most of the players have left. Yeah, it's a very different team. There's only really Barkley, De Bruyne and Alberto Moreno that can spot. Under 21s? Nope. So Man City have sold basically their entire team, which you would kind of expect. They're in League 1. League 2, last season, Burnley, Newcastle and Stalybridge all got automatic promotion. Northampton went through the playoffs. Dover and Halifax went down. I don't think I checked for League 1, let's just go back. Yeah, Kinman, Saharias, Boreham Wood, Western Superman, Forest Green Rovers all getting relegated. National League, QPR and Aston Villa went up. Sunderland, Stoke, Everton, Leicester, Ulster, West Ham, Norwich. Bristol City finishing ahead of West Ham and Norwich, interestingly enough. Southampton finishing down there. Rochdale, Gillingham, Southport and Welling all going down to the National League North and South. I keep calling it the conference. National League North. Last season, Nottingham Forest and Leeds got promoted. Chester, Gelsley and Bolton got relegated. Bolton finishing below Chester and Gaelsley. Chester got 2 points the last time they got relegated. Yeah, 2 points. And Bolton somehow finished worse when Chester came back up. And National League South, Watford went up, Brighton got the playoff place, Swansea's still stuck down here. Teams like Gloucester and Truro managing to survive, but Weymouth, Tonbridge Angels and Stainstown all got relegated out of the playable leagues. And I will join you at the end of the 2021-22 season, guys. Okay, here's the Premier League for the 2021-22 season. Chelsea managed to win again. As you can see, there's now 3 Champions League spots, which means they did quite well in Europe. Man United finished on 90, Liverpool on 75, Tottenham on 70. There's a pretty regular top 4, I'd say. Minus Arsenal and Man City, of course, but Wigan, Portsmouth and Chorley going down. Interesting. So some of the less well-known teams staying up, whilst Portsmouth and Wigan both getting relegated. Championship, Bishop Stortford won the league. 3 points ahead of Arsenal, who got automatic promotion. Alfreton Town got promotion through the playoffs. Oxford City, Cambridge United and Lowestoft Town all getting relegated to League One, where Man City won the league comfortably, 22 points ahead of Wycombe Wanderers. Man City still lost 5 games, however. Wrexham won the playoffs. Hemel Hempstead, Maidstone, Telford and Burnley all get relegated to League 2. League 2 wise, St Albans won it, Carlisle and Villa all getting the automatic promotion spot. Maidenhead won the playoffs. Wealdstone up there in 4th. QPR in 8th, missing out on the playoffs. Grimsby and Bromley getting relegated to National League. Everton won the league quite comfortably. I say that, those 4 teams got over 90 points, one of them not being Stoke, who won the playoffs. Sunderland missed out on the playoffs by 1 place, 5 points. Millwall, Shrewsbury, Halifax and Dover all getting relegated to the Conference North, to the National League North and South. Wolverhampton and Derby went up. Southport, Rotherham and Scunthorpe all getting relegated out of the playable leagues, whereas in this National League South, Brentford and Ipswich both getting promoted. Fulham, Swansea, Bournemouth all stuck down here. Crystal Palace. Redditch managed to stay up. Kettering has stayed up. Billericay? No. Billericay Town? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've never actually seen that team before. Have they shot up the league? They started in a regional premier, so I suppose all of them do. No, the win? It's Billericay, isn't it? I think so. And Canby Island and Cambridge City all getting relegated out of the playable leagues. Right, we've seen that. Let's get on to the end of the 2022-23 season. I'll join you then, guys. Okay, the table looks very familiar. Chelsea winning it for a 3rd year in a row, 15 points clear of Manchester United. As I said, Manchester United 2nd, Liverpool 3rd. Interestingly enough, Tottenham nowhere to be seen, down there in 11th. Arsenal finished 16th in their first season back in the Premier League. It was kind of expected because the past 2 leagues they haven't won and they've lost to teams who you wouldn't really expect to get up leagues. Like Bishop Stortford won the Championship last season. Boston United managing to finish in 4th. Stockport in 5th. Eastbourne 6th. Tranmere, they've been very good so far, 7th. Alfreton, Gosport and Chelmsford going down to the Championship. where they were replaced by Portsmouth, Wigan and Man City. Man City finally back in the Premier League. Took them, 8 seasons? And they finally made it back up. Brackley, Wickham and Gainsborough Trinity going down to League One. Anything interesting? Basingstoke, Oxford and Worcester. Yeah, it's Worcester, isn't it? Worcester City. Because it's Worcester sauce crisps. Carlisle, St Albans and Lowestoft, as well as Cheltenham Town, all getting relegated down to League Two. Aston Villa and Newcastle failing to make it up. Newcastle and Gateshead in the same league and performing pretty much exactly the same. That's quite good to see. As someone from the northeast. I mean, it's League One, but League Two, the top 4 teams all got promoted. Stoke, Everton, Maidstone and QPR. As you can see, Burnley down here. Anyone else? Not really, no big teams. Or no huge teams anyway. Macclesfield, Bournemouth got relegated to the National League, where Brentford won. Wolverhampton came in 4th but got promoted through the playoffs. Sunderland down in 16th in risk of being relegated out of the National League. Leeds, Colchester, Walsall and Bromley all getting relegated to their respective National League North and National League South, where Middlesbrough and Hull got promoted. Halifax, Bury and Darlington 1883 getting relegated. And in the National League South, Crystal Palace and Fulham both getting promoted. Very good. Top 4 teams, all teams you'd expect to be challenging for promotion. Aldershot, Welling and Hendon all getting relegated. We're seeing more and more teams without badges managing to stay up. Like Grays Athletic almost finished top half. And they don't have a badge, which suggests they're not a particularly good team in real life. I mean, they were in the National League at one point in the recent past. So, hopefully they can get there again. I mean, I'm all in favour of them reaching it if it's going to shake up the balance of English football a bit. And I will join you at the end of next season, 2023-24. Here we go again. Chelsea winning the league. What a surprise for the 4th time in a row. This time only on goal difference, 7 goals. Man United conceded 10 more goals but scored 3 more. But that cost them the league. Had exactly the same record in terms of wins, draws and losses. Stockport County come in 3rd. That's good to see. Liverpool, Notts County, Arsenal, AFC Fylde, Boston, Tottenham. Man City down in 13th. Tranmere, Wigan and Portsmouth all getting relegated. That's Championship. Concord Rangers getting promoted back to the Premier League along with Gosport Borough and Sutton United. Oxford, Wrexham and Worcester getting relegated. No Premier League teams in the Championship, which is very interesting. All languishing further down, failing to get promotion. Newcastle got promoted this season, however. Wickham and QPR also. Stoke down here, Aston Villa down here, Everton stuck down here. Gateshead have dropped off massively. Accrington, Stanley, Hartlepool, Maidstone and Northampton getting relegated to League Two, where Brentford, Wolverhampton, York, Cheltenham all got promoted. Forest Green Rovers and Mansfield got relegated. In the National League, Nottingham Forest won. Crystal Palace, West Brom, Fulham all missed out in the playoffs to Watford. Sunderland came 9th, a bit better performance by them. I think they were 16th last season, where Southampton this season, interestingly. Middlesbrough almost went down after winning promotion, but Peterborough, Macclesfield, Grimsby and Bournemouth were all worse than them this season. National League North, Huddersfield and Leeds got promoted, and we've got a few Championship teams left. Blackburn, Preston, Birmingham, Burton. Chesterfield aren't, I don't think. Doncaster were a couple seasons ago. Blackpool were, of course. Guernsey, Kettering and Morecambe. Morecambe have been relegated out of the game. National League South, Bournemouth and Swansea won. Swansea finally getting promoted. You would have probably expected it a bit earlier. Not in 2024, we're basically 10 years into the game at this point. A lot of no badge teams here. Now, Dorchester, Lewis and Dover Athletic all getting relegated. 2 teams with badges getting relegated. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. I believe this is the 4th season we've done, so I will show up at the end of the 5th season. I'll go through all the leagues, the Champions League, the FA Cup, League Cup, stuff like that, World Cups as well. I'll be back. There's finally been a change! Manchester United have won the Premier League. Chelsea came in 2nd, Liverpool in 3rd, Notts County in 4th, ahead of Manchester City, and as you can see, 4 Champions League spots. So when we check out who's won the Champions League, I have a feeling an English team may have. I haven't actually checked yet, so I could be completely wrong. They could have won like the Europa League or something, and that got them an extra Champions League spot, because it boosted the coefficient up and high enough. Tottenham in 8th, Arsenal in 13th, we've still got like Eastbourne, Borough, Margate, Ebbsfleet, AFC Fylde, Bishop Stortford, Stockport. They've all been doing very well in this save. Gosport, Borough managed to stay up. I think they've been a bit of a yo-yo team, so that's good to see. Dartford, Sutton, Concord Rangers all getting relegated. The Championship, Portsmouth and Tranmere got automatic promotion. Alfreton Town went up through the playoffs. I didn't comment on it, but Tranmere got relegated. And Tranmere were doing really well for the longest amount of time. And they've dropped off, but they're back up now. Bradford City, Havant and Waterlooville and Newcastle all getting relegated to the League One. The League One to League One. Brentford, Maidenhead and Aston Villa replacing them in the Championship. Stoke missing out, along with Cambridge and Oxford, quite funnily. Everton in 9th, got Gainsborough, Bristol Rovers, Hayes Yeading and Brackley all getting relegated down to League 2, where Nottingham Forest, Accrington Stanley, Burnley and Lowestoft all got promoted. Kidderminster Harriers and AFC Wimbledon all get relegated, both get relegated. In the National League, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth got promoted. Sunderland have been stuck in this league for what seems like forever, along with Norwich and West Ham. Mansfield Town, Sheffield United, Forest Green Rovers and Southampton on -7 points got relegated. They only got 1 win the entire season, that was against Coventry, who finished near the bottom. So what's happened to Southampton? Scored 15 goals, conceded 145 goals. That may be one of the worst performances I've ever seen in this game. They've hardly got a squad, it's all youth players. They've only got 5 players in their first team over 20. Their most valuable player is this guy, Connor Hill. He looks pretty terrible. I mean, they're in what? The National League South, so it's not that bad. Although in the National League last season, what tactic have you been playing? 4-4-2, of course. Of course, lower leagues in England, 4-4-2. What else are you going to play? Yeah, so Southampton, big shock there, going down to the National League South. In the National League North, however, Blackburn and Chesterfield getting promoted. Doncaster Rovers, Hednesford, Halifax getting relegated out of the game. I'm always looking for teams without badges to see how far up they can get. I'm looking forward so much to the first one who gets promoted, because it's going to happen eventually. National League South, Southend and Millwall got promoted. Slough up in 13th. Grays have been pretty solid in the past couple of seasons. Cheshire United, Bromley and Billerica all getting relegated out of the National League South. Let's go have a look at let's go to the FA Cup. Where's the FA Cup? FA Cup, as we can see, first season Arsenal beat Liverpool in the final, second season Man United beat QPR, Chelsea beat West Ham, Ebbsfleet beat Manchester City, I think we saw that in the last episode, Chelsea beat Eastbourne Borough, Man United beat Boston, Margate beat AFC Fylde, so in an all National League North and South clash there. I think, are they both in the north or one in the south, one in the north? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's a turn up for the books there. Liverpool beat Concord Rangers, Eastbourne beat Tottenham, and then Chelsea beat Man City this year. And in the League Cup, Capital One Cup, Carlisle won it the first year against Wimbledon, Bradford beat Cambridge. Of course, these two seasons, the big Premier League clubs couldn't actually compete in it because they weren't high enough in the leagues. Because it's only Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2. Man United won it, Tottenham won it, Chelsea won it against Boston, Liverpool beat Chelsea, Chelsea won 2 years in a row, Margate beat Stockport, and then Arsenal beat Margate. In the Champions League, we can say I was correct. So after Bayern's dominance in the first 5 years, we got all 5 finals, won 3, lost 2. Next season, Real Madrid beat Barcelona. What a final that would have been. Then the season after, Barcelona lost again, this time to Chelsea. Bayern beat Atletico, Atletico beat Real. Then Juventus beat PSG in Wales. And in the Europa League, Dortmund won the first 2 years, then Sevilla, then Schalke, then Monaco, then Zenit St. Petersburg, then Bayern, then Man United, then Marseille, and then Leverkusen. Liverpool also got to a final. And if we check World Cup, so there's only been 2, and wow, look at that 2018 final. Portugal versus Argentina. What a final. And Portugal came out on top, so that means Ronaldo won the World Cup against Messi in the final. What does that do to the debate over who's better? Because there's always the argument neither can be as good as Pele because neither's won the World Cup. Well, Argentina have lost back-to-back finals there. And then Portugal came runners-up in 2022 to Brazil. It was held in Morocco instead of Qatar, and this year's Football Manager gets changed every year because they couldn't set the game up so that they could have a Winter World Cup because it interfered with the scheduling of the leagues too much. And if I now go, actually, where is it being held now? It's being held in Mexico again, 3rd time. Or is it? It's the 4th time. It's held in Mexico 3 times already. It's the 3rd or 4th time it's been held in Mexico, and no one's qualified yet. Well, a couple have, but Argentina, Brazil, Morocco, Japan, South Korea. And now if we go to UEFA European Championships, it was won in 2016 by Germany against England in the final. Portugal beat Italy, and France beat Russia in European Championships hosted by Scotland and Wales. Very exotic. And France beat Russia. So Russia have stepped up their game in terms of international competitions in recent years, quite obviously. 2-1 in the final as well. Oh, it's actually, Len was saying, Laporte got sent off in the final in 2025. Oh, when was this actually? 2024, sorry, it's 2025 now. Yeah, it's doing the weird thing where it takes forever to load highlights. And the next one's going to be held in Spain. And we'll just have a look at the Ballon d'Or. See if anyone put Messi and Ronaldo's money, yeah? As you can see, first goal season's Messi. Ronaldo won in 2018. And look, he's retired at this point. Messi's still playing. Messi won it 3 more years. Then Neymar stepped up. Bernardo Silva stepped up, and then Dybala won it. I have to say Bernardo Silva and Dybala are probably 2 of the top 5 players in this game this year. Januzaj coming in 3rd for PSG. Interesting. Let's take a look at some good players. So Ronaldo, he's now manager of Olympiacos. Okay, 40 years old. Olympiacos manager. He's just took charge this year. Let's have a look. So he's been at the club for 340 days. Actually, yeah, he's been at the club for 340 days, but they've only played 6 games. And they lost 5, drew 1. That doesn't seem very good. I think since I don't have the Greek league loaded, it's only counting Champions League appearances, and they got smashed in the Champions League. So, yeah, that's not great for Ronaldo. Career stats wise, he moved on a free to Paris Saint-Germain in 2021-22. Still considerable goal tallies, even at the age of 38. His final season didn't play a game. Did pretty well, very high 7 ratings every year until he moved to PSG. If we now go to Lionel Messi, he's 38 years old, he's not retiring yet. He's worth 3.4 million, still at Barcelona. Will he stay there his entire career, or will he have like 1 year somewhere else? Quite interested. Oh, it's because I don't have the Liga BBV. I don't have the Spanish leagues loaded. I only have the English leagues. Speeds of processing and everything. So it appears like he's won nothing because Barcelona haven't won the Champions League, or he hasn't won the World Cup. So let's have a look at his stats. A very good season in 2020-21. And in 2019-2020, considerable goal tallies. Actually, pretty much his first 5 or 6 years, very good. He dropped off quite rapidly. I mean, quite rapidly for Lionel Messi. For most players, this would be amazing goal returns. But dropping below a 7, I very rarely see that in Lionel Messi in Football Manager. He's got staff attributes, so he's going to become a manager, it looks like. Good determination, adaptability, working with youngsters, technical and mental training are okay, man management's okay, judging player potential's okay, ability's okay, everything else is pretty poor, but you can improve. He's only earning 125k now at Barcelona, so he's took a pay cut. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to give you one little hint and at what the Friday episode is going to show. I'm not done yet. I haven't got as far as I want to, but just a little hint at where the final episode. It's only going to cover 1 year, but it's going to be looking back through history, and yeah. Currently in 2111, and I'm hoping to go a bit further. I'll probably get to 2150-ish and stop there. So if you want to see that, guys, drop a like on this video. Subscribe, of course, so that you'll be notified when I put that video out, hopefully on 8 o'clock on Friday morning, GMT. Comment in the comment section below who you think is going to step up the English leagues. Are Chelsea going to reclaim top spot and dominate for like 20 years straight? Or are Man United going to dominate now that they've won the league again? Are Liverpool finally going to get another league title? All these questions and more will be answered in the next episode, hopefully, guys. And until then, I've been Corvus95. Thank you very much for watching.